You see them walking alone, upright, balanced, no walker, no cane, just steady steps and a woven shopping bag swinging gently in one hand. She's 82, and she still goes to the market by foot every morning. Not because she's exceptionally fit, but because it's what she's always done. In Japan, it's not rare to see elders in their 80s and even 90s walking with independence without walkers, without fear. And no, it's not genetics. In fact, studies show that lifestyle has a greater impact on mobility after 60 than DNA. According to Nature 2016, up to 80% of functional aging is determined by habits, not hereditary factors. So, what are these habits? What do Japanese elders do that keeps them mobile without the need for walkers or canes? That's what we'll explore today. We'll look at the way they move through daily life. No gyms, no pressure. The foods that protect their joints and muscles, and the cultural mindset that sees aging not as decline, but as dignity. And most importantly, we'll show you how to adapt these lessons, even if you live in the US, and even if you're starting now at 60, 70, or 80, because independence is not a privilege. It's something we can protect with small intentional choices. Let's begin. People often say Japanese elders age better because of their genes, but the science says something else. According to a study published in Nature 2016, only 20% of how we age is determined by genetics. The other 80% is lifestyle. What we eat, how we move, how we sleep. So why do Japanese elders rarely need walkers? While many Americans begin struggling with mobility in their 60s, it's not about better genes. It's about different habits shaped by culture. In Japan, the environment encourages movement. People walk to buy groceries. Meals are eaten on low tables, requiring the body to bend and sit. Floors are often tatami. Soft but low, which means standing up uses real muscles. Compare that to the US, where life often becomes increasingly sedentary after retirement. More time in chairs, cars, or screens, and less natural movement. It's not about blame. It's about awareness. A report by the World Health Organization (WHO) shows that Japanese adults over 70 maintain independence longer than most populations worldwide, not due to hospitals or healthcare access, but because of daily physical engagement. They're not exercising. They're just living in a way that keeps their muscles active. This kind of movement isn't dramatic. It's consistent, daily, intentional, and it starts with how they organize their lives and what they choose to preserve. Japanese elders don't go to the gym. Most don't lift weights, and very few use machines or fitness apps. But they move all day, every day, not to burn calories, but to live their lives. In Japan, movement is woven into the fabric of daily routine. It's not scheduled, it's embedded. They walk to the market. They prepare meals from scratch. They sit and stand from the floor multiple times a day. And because of that, they maintain something many people lose after 60. Functional strength, the power of sitting low. One of the most underestimated habits in Japan is simply this: sitting on the floor. It sounds basic, but it keeps hip flexors, knees, ankles, and core muscles active just through daily repetition. A 2020 study published in Gerontology International showed that elders who regularly sit on the floor retain more lower body strength and flexibility compared to those who always sit on chairs. In the West, chairs became the standard. But in Japan, sitting, kneeling, and gently shifting posture throughout the day keeps the body engaged. And no, it's never perfect. Many Japanese elders use cushions, lean on walls, or adjust as needed. But the key is they don't freeze their bodies into stillness. Daily movement, not exercise. In Okinawa, one of the world's blue zones, elders in their 80s still garden, sweep, cook, and walk. They move organically, not with sweatbands, but with rhythm. They might not call it exercise, but the effect is the same or better. They keep their legs strong, joints lubricated, balance naturally trained. No resistance bands, no online fitness classes, just living. Movement loss is not inevitable. In the US, many elders stop using certain muscles simply because their homes and routines no longer require them. So, if you're wondering why Japanese elders don't need walkers, start by looking at how they live, not how they were born. Mobility isn't something they protect. It's something they practice day by day through the way they move and the way they rest. When people think of diet, they often think of weight loss. But in Japan, food isn't about getting thin. It's about staying strong. What you eat after 60 plays a huge role in how well you walk, stand, and move. And the Japanese diet, especially among elders, does something remarkable. It protects muscles and joints quietly every day. The World Health Organization ranks Japan as the country with the longest healthy life expectancy, not just in years lived, but in years lived with independence. A big reason, their food. Food as muscle protection. One of the biggest threats to mobility after 60 is sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass that comes with age. But studies show that in Japan, the rates of sarcopenia are significantly lower than in the US. A 2019 study in the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia, and Muscle found that diets rich in plant-based proteins and fermented foods are linked to preservation of muscle mass and physical performance in older adults. Unlike high-fat, high-sugar diets common in the West, traditional Japanese meals are high in fiber, moderate in protein, rich in antioxidants, low in inflammatory fats. Every bite is intentional, not about control, but about support. They eat to move. They eat to stay upright. In Japan, meals are built like a system of quiet support. No giant steaks, no heavy sauces, just layers of nutrients designed to keep the body moving. Let's look at what's often on the plate of a Japanese elder and how it helps their legs stay strong. 1. Fermented soy like natto and miso. Fermented soy is more than a protein. It's a gut healer and inflammation fighter. Natto in particular contains vitamin K2, which supports bone strength and joint stability. Miso used in soups daily delivers probiotics that keep inflammation low, especially in the gut where many joint problems begin. A healthy gut NS less systemic inflammation, NANS less joint stiffness. 2. Light fish, sardines, mackerel, salmon. Unlike the Western diet rich in red meat, Japanese elders eat small portions of oily fish. These are rich in omega-3s which help reduce joint pain, support muscle repair, improve blood flow to the limbs. A study published in Nutrients 2020 found that older adults who consume fish 3+ times per week have better mobility scores and lower risk of knee pain. 3. Mushrooms, shiake mitake, ininoi. Mushrooms are a secret weapon in Japanese cooking. Low in calories, high in vitamin D and polysaccharides, they support bone density and immune regulation. They also add flavor without salt. Ideal for elders avoiding high-sodium diets linked to joint swelling. 4. Whole grains, brown rice, barley, fermented rice. Carbs aren't the enemy. Processed carbs are. Japanese elders often eat brown rice, fermented rice porridge, or barley tea. All rich in magnesium and B vitamins, essential for muscle function and nerve health. These grains provide steady energy and prevent sugar crashes that lead to fatigue and muscle weakness. 5. Seaweed and mineral-rich vegetables. Seaweed isn't just decoration. It's rich in iodine, calcium, and potassium, supporting muscle contraction and bone strength. Japanese elders also eat dark leafy greens like komatsuna and spinach, often steamed or served in dashi broth, making them easy to digest and absorb. In the West, aging is often feared. It's something to hide, to fight, to postpone. But in Japan, aging is respected, even celebrated. Wrinkles are seen as proof of wisdom. Slower steps are not signs of weakness, but of presence. This cultural mindset doesn't just comfort the soul, it affects the body. Elders in Japan are expected to contribute to remain engaged cooking, gardening, shopping, walking, and because they remain useful, they remain mobile. In many Japanese families, the grandmother still cooks. the grandfather still sharpens his tools. There's no sudden stop to life, only adaptation. The body follows the mind. When you believe you still have purpose, you move with intention. That's the quiet secret behind why many Japanese elders don't need walkers. They don't retire from life. They stay in motion physically, emotionally, and socially. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to stay connected even in small ways. A tea ritual, a warm meal, a short walk. This is not just about legs. It's about life. If you're over 60 and struggling to stay steady on your feet, if getting up from a chair feels harder than it used to, you're not alone. And it's not too late. The truth is, you don't need perfect genetics to stay mobile. You just need consistency, patience, and a little help from tradition. What we've seen in Japan isn't a miracle. It's not youth. It's not magic. It's movement, nutrition, and respect woven into everyday life. And the best part, you can start wherever you are. 1 cup of miso soup, 1 walk around the block, 1 stretch, 1 shift in how you view your own aging. If this video gave you a new perspective or simply made you feel seen, please tap the like button. It helps this message reach more people like you. And if you want more content rooted in tradition, not trends, subscribe to The Miracle Leaf. Every week we share quiet, natural strategies from Japanese longevity for a stronger body, clearer mind, and more peaceful life after 60. Your journey matters, and it can continue with strength.